Shalom, brothers and sisters. Coming to y'all on this Sabbath. I'm going to do some quick sharing. There's a lot going on. Let me roll this window up. Getting this outside noise. Yeah. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So, I'm having a peaceful, beautiful, relaxing Sabbath. And I had a lot on my mind for doing this presentation right here, sharing with y'all, going to these scriptures. And man, this just a lot been on my mind with current affairs and seeing people behavior, how they take into this understanding. You know, primarily I'm speaking about Gentiles, Esau, Edom. I noticed the people getting offended. This rapper named Bun B had posted a video, and it was something on the topic of it was a cop pulling somebody over, and they an Edomite cop and an Edomite person in traffic. But basically, the video showed that the guy was going off on the cop, you know, belligerent, getting in and out of his truck. Not so much. He had his door open. The cop had his gun drawn on him. But the dude getting in and out of his truck, you know what I'm saying, in free will. And basically, Bun B post was saying, you know, if this would have been a black individual, he'd have got smoked by now. Then George Lopez, the comedian, on his page, he takes shots at Trump, you know, on some worldly understanding. And both these guys got fans that's white, and they get offended when they point out the stuff that white people with privilege are doing. And I had to comment to a couple of people, you know what I'm saying, man, you know, you picking the wrong stage to get offended, and you picking the wrong stage to take a stand for something. This ain't the time. You know, if they point out something, you know, why aren't you pointing it out? Because you're the only one benefiting from the lack of compassion. But that's basically what I'm going into with the scriptures on part of this. You know, it's just talking about how white people, you know, they have a problem. And this isn't to say all white people. I'm talking about as a nation, gotta own that. There's no way getting around it. You know, the lack of compassion. When you express yourself in such manner, you know, you showing your heart, what's truly under your skin. Either stay silent in some understandings that evidently don't affect you in a way, or stand up and put a stop to what you see him being abused. If you want to do something righteous, you know. And that brings me to the understanding that I'm realizing, you know, there's three types of people in all races. You know, for us Israelites, that's the Puerto Ricans, the blacks, the Negroes here, the Mexicans, Native Indians here in Northern America. Got three types of people. And with white folks, you have those that are of the elite, could care less because they know they eating first, you know, in this world, the way it's worked out, you know, for time being. Then you have those that don't really care, just know that they benefiting off of it. And you know, they want to stand up and say something like those individuals, you know. A gray area, meaning they could play ball on either side of the field if we went back into slavery or if everything got equal. They really don't care, you know. But they true colors come out when something like that of controversial discussion come up. Then you have those who genuinely are good-hearted people. And even though they might not know that they Edomites and that we're the Israelites, they just know that something ain't right and just something ain't fair. That they got a heart, which is what he'll be basing them on when he saved that remnant of them. Then we have, for us Israelites, those ethnic and peaceful people I spoke about, primarily being in Northern America. We have those like myself that we woke. We open to knowledge. We're not cleaving to this world. We accept it for what it is. Then you have those that want to be accepted by Esau. They don't know what's going on. They just want a better life here, or what's from what they understand and what they've been taught. And even though they see what's going on wrong with everything, they rather cleave to Esau world. What if I'm breaking this down right? Because I was deep in thought with it, but basically coming up with 3 characteristics for people with our behavior in this world. Then the last one is the person that don't care. Full heathen, just living, and don't believe nothing besides what he sees in front of him. I'm talking about the Israelite. Don't matter how much proof you give them, they cannot wake up. Their reality is there now. And it's just sad because me as an Israelite, knowing I'm Israel, I'm living amongst all these people and finding they even amongst us that's woke. Because you got those that's woke that know of the truth, but they'll go back to this world because they're not seeing nothing tangible of today or tomorrow. So they playing with the truth. And that's why I made that one video, talking about my expectations when I found out I was Israel and finding out other brothers were Israel, my Negro, my tribe of Judah brothers, and my tribe of Issachar brothers. When I'm sharing with them and we talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we all on the same page. And I found a lot of them were adding questions because it didn't include this world that they want to welcome into this understanding. That's where you bringing in some worldly religion understanding to this whole understanding. This is not a religion. Your whole understanding, what you've been programmed to understand of anything spirituality, has got to be do with a religion. Religion is man-made. That book is Laws and Commandments that was given to a nation of people, 12 tribes. Excuse me, in my other videos I said 12 nations. Nations identifying nationalities, but Israel is a nation of one. We're all of the same. And I guess a lot of people being so dug into this world, they just can't fathom this understanding. The stuff is written in the book. We've been sharing information. I've been sharing videos to detail this and show it in the videos with the scriptures. People don't want to get it. It's like, let me say it like this. I bought this book in the store, and it was funny to me. This is what they doing to get our kids young, no matter what your nationality is. See, that's only benefiting one understanding. That's the Bible, how they want to tell you, how they want to display it. 5-minute Bible stories. You see the depiction of the people on there, right? We fled into Africa in 70 AD as Shemites to hide amongst the other dark nations, the Hamites, who were Africans. The Africans sold us into slavery. See, that's the reality of it. But in America, we getting that version. When the truth is in this version. Even though our black churches don't want to understand, I mean, the people of congregating at these churches, they hearing and they seeing this information. It's flooded on the internet, and Latinos, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, blacks, Indians, we drunk of that wine. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, tell of how bad this was a curse placed on us by the Most High for our forefathers' iniquities of going off and trying to be like those who weren't given the laws and commandments of the book. This book. This book is an owner's manual. Like if you get a new car and the owner's manual is in the glove compartment, you a Lamborghini, this your brochure and everything that tells how that car runs. Well, when we went into slavery, the curse was put on us by the Most High to lose our identity as a punishment because we were going to get treated bad. And he wanted us to do that for going away from his laws and commandments that were given to us, trying to be like the heathen. So when we came out of captivity or was in captivity, we were given this understanding of the Bible by those who weren't given the book. Do you see the difference? I'm trying to dumb this down. This is what we getting. So in that captivity, going into Africa is Shemites, Hamites are Africans. Just because we came from there, we're not that. You know what I'm saying? That's like if right now a big flood came and flooded North America. From what we know just right now, the only Americans is the native Indians. Let's just understand that. So the rest of us here are not from here, correct? So we were in Africa like that, running from the Romans, fleeing them. Christ told us to go and hide amongst the other dark nations. Therefore, when we lost our identity because the curse was put on us, which is in this book, detailed, the other nations, those not given the laws and commandments, know the power of this book because they saw us walking around in astonishment and knew we got scattered to all four corners of the earth. They stepped in, the Jewish people, and took our identity. That's why they fighting over there in the Middle East. How could they hide amongst other dark nations with white skin? You know, this is what we getting. You know what I'm saying? We getting a movie. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I'm just sitting up here, and it's just ironic that I got this stuff right here. It's this is what I watch for entertainment. My mama used to be a fan of this guy and this movie, so I bought it because it was on sale. Jack Nicholson, you know, he good actor. But it's playing into all the programming we got, all the stuff I got in my hand. Selma, this is what we want to identify with. African American. The lie we was told. You know what I'm saying? This where they want us to stay at. On the avenue lost, not knowing who we are. You know what I'm saying? Chasing the wrong guy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get into read some of these scriptures, you know. That's the thing, you know, our people, we don't understand the power of our God. We don't understand it because we don't see anything daily or instantly. But all you gotta do is look at Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. Look at the curses. Read the curses. Matter of fact, go online if you know you say hide something from a nigga, you know, put it in the book. You don't want to go into the book. Go online. It's a video, Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, with a video depiction of the curses that were placed on us. See if you can identify who you are. You know what I'm saying? And see if you relate to that. And matter of fact, take that same understanding, finding out now that you're the original Jews, and cross-reference them to the white people who stole our identity. That's why they've been fighting over in the Middle East since they got over there in 48. They're not the people the Most High is not going to let them rest on that land. We're in timeout. They're not getting allowed to get into the house. That's what he took us and put us on timeout, spanked our ass, put the curses on us. He's not letting them set up shop over there. And it's all in this book. But going into some more of this, that being the 12 tribes, you know, it's the cause the Hispanics, the Mexicans, you know, and the book details the curses that was placed on us. You know what I'm saying? We're at the lowest of the lower. All the stuff that America, Babylon has, Esau, Edom, this world, came off the labor and the sweat of the Israelites. Still got Mexicans in the field to this day. We can't prosper as a nation without our God. Showed you that with Black Wall Street, as far as Judah go. Issachar, wealthy country, but everybody's broke. Everybody's trying to leave there because they can't prosper without their God. It's every man for himself almost. Tribe of Gad, the native Indians, they got casino. They're not prospering. Puerto Rico got their own land. Yet they don't have, they got people in play from colonialization and other people, British, whatever came in there, how they do us. All the Edomites. They go and they bleed our resources and get into us internally, tell us how to be civil or become an economy. They put themselves in play to eat at the table first, and then the rest of our people are living in squalor. Okay, man. But yeah, my people don't want to wake up, you know, and I'm gonna redo this. I had a little thing I wrote that I was gonna try to choreograph a video with some understanding. But like I said, my mind is just so flooded with so much because I'm seeing the stuff online. I ain't seeing nothing change, and none of the people. I'm not gonna say nothing change. I'm seeing the same behavior in the same people. I'm talking about Israelites who still sleep in this world. I'm talking about Edomites. Nobody's scared. It's just like in the days of Noah. You know what I'm saying? While he's building a boat, everybody's carrying on like he's crazy. But that's the thing about it too. Most High said he's going to destroy 90% of us, Israel, because we still cleaving to this world and moving about with the sin that was taught to us by these heathens. Let me go ahead and read some of these scriptures real quick. Maybe this will put me in a better understanding and get focused to do what I said I was going to do. Now, I'm going to go into Deuteronomy because that's the one that I had a conversation with a couple friends of mine and cousins, and they asked the same questions over and over again, and I keep saying Deuteronomy is there. So let me read it. So maybe they will take it upon themselves to get it, or maybe some of you will take it up out there to get it. You know, I'm gonna go into Obadiah, the judgment of Esau, for those Caucasians out there to get all cocky on line. And, you know, do what you do, man. You know, it's not gonna hurt me that you offended and that you don't believe in the book, or even though it's written into my well, it's written, it's a fairy tale. Look, we are living testimony, a living testament to the power of the curses. We are living testament. So you think I'm gonna doubt what's in this book and seeing what's going on around me and listen to a moron online who votes for the likes of Trump? He said he was going to send us into captivity into a foolish nation to serve a lesser God. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. These are some of the curses that we endured in slavery and colonialization. You know, thou shalt um, hold on. Thou shalt brought a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell in it within. Okay, as a people, this what these curses are talking about. How, as a people, we'll be affected. This ain't no random act of one incident that somebody can say, "Oh, well, I can relate to that. My cousin, she was raped, and held captive." Okay, keep using worldly ignorance to excuse what is written. This is what I'm saying. This is what you're dealing with in this world. These people. It's not even funny because when you're doing these things, this is actually a resume for where you're going. You know, all the stupid stuff. Even if you doing it to and be antagonizing, serving yourself no purpose. It's funny, because not funny. It's it's a shame that that's you'll take it that far. I've seen people like that in this world that tell lies and don't know when to stop. Just keep saying the same thing or similar things that don't make no sense. Okay. Anyway, I gotta put some more lights in here. Okay. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and thou shalt not be no might in thy hand. What that sound like that? Ashkenazi Jews. Hmm. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and thou serve other gods, wood and stone. That other gods is your religions, because this book is not about a religion. These are birthrights. This is laws and commandments given to only the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the nation of Israel. Your religions were started when we fell. They took this book, all of them, the Ishmaelites, that's the Arabs, created their religions, and there you go. That's what it is. Okay. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Okay. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in wants of all things. Wants of all things. Set this word up on the thoughts of all things. Okay. And he shall not put and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck till he have destroyed thee. Yoke of iron. Never see no pictures of no Ashkenazi Jews, but yokes of irons on their neck, you know? Okay. And by the way, that was Deuteronomy 17 through 48 right there. Okay. Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And thy Lord shall bring thou into Egypt again with ships. By their word thereof I spake unto thee. I mean, speaking that Quaker English. Thou shalt not see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto the enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. That's a that's Deuteronomy. But yet we cleave into this world, and people want to accept this. They want to accept this as a struggle or something to continue, you know. But I hate to tell y'all, Obadiah, it's gonna be a trading places. Yeah, you know what you talking about. But I ain't with the kumbaya. It's a mm, my heart hurts. But look, I'm gonna clean this up, man, and go over it, try to put it together better and everything. And just to let y'all know, yes, this is the Feast of Dedications. Uh, we have holy days in the scriptures, in the Bible that we were given. If you ever wondered why we celebrate holidays, but we have holidays, holy days in the Bible, and we don't celebrate none on the land because they had to disconnect us from our God. When he said to serve other gods, these holy days, holidays that we are celebrating, or y'all celebrating, are to other gods. Christmas is to the goddess, uh, the star, and her husband slash son, um, Nimrod. That's his name, Nimrod. Straight up Nimrod. So, this being Feast of Dedications, actually started today. Um, the Feast of Dedications, all the way up to next Sabbath. Let y'all see this. This is GOCC's calendar, which they got depicted all the holy days out of the Bible, cross-referenced with the Gregorian calendar that we living by that the Roman Catholic Church gave us. So all of GOCC has this calendar. So I would recommend all our brothers get on course because a lot of our Hebrew brothers out there in other classes, schools, camps, they're going off a Roman calendar, which is having you off with the feast days of the Sabbaths. This is something you need to check into about the Sabbath, the commandments that we broke, our forefathers broke, trying to be like the heathens. We're supposed to keep the Sabbath, keep it holy, not congregate, celebrate, or remember or do day of rest on Sunday. That's to a different God. Keeping his Sabbath is very important. You know, the holy days. If we take the customs, traditions given to us by another God, and we find out the real God don't honor that, why are we still cleaving? What's the problem? We comfortable? You know, it's a price come with this. There's a consequence. You can't say once you knew about this, well, that just seemed too hard to believe after believing this so long. So let me see. How can I dumb this up for you? If you find out, let's use Steve Martin for example. The jerk. He thought he was black all his life because he's raised with a black family. Steve Martin found out he was white. What can you do about it but accept it? Start trying to find out about. I mean, you ain't gotta hate black people since you find out you're white. You ain't gotta hate white people once you find out that you Hebrew. This is not about hate. It's about loving your God, the real God. They done this to you for a reason. And there's salvation for the Gentiles, the Edomites, a remnant of it, for servitude. Now I'll take that over a lake of fire any day. But to not understand that and get mad all over again. Look, I'm not trying to cut my blessing short at all. You know, I cut a lot of stuff out of this world, meaning of temperament. Stuff I used to, when I was in this world, getting irritated, getting kicked off Facebook so many times for Facebook posts of people antagonizing me, and I'm going back at them, you know, because I can show you I could be just as heathen as you. I'm away from that now because I see it's a bigger picture. I don't want to block my blessing doing some worldly, heathenistic talk, learned behavior from a captivity mind. Easier said than done, but once the spirit get on you, man, you ain't got time for this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. I don't want to stand in line with what's coming next on the bad side of it. I want somebody speaking good of me to pass my interview. That's it. Why not? Why not? Why would I want to go where all the things I don't enjoy of this world, Esau's world, why would I want to go for eternity there? No. I choose was really the truth. You know what I'm saying? We are the nation of Israel. Period. Whether you like it or not, his word is law. His word is bond. The prophecies are real. What you seeing happen with Esau, him taking the curses off of us, putting them on them killing each other, the school shootings and all this other stuff. We're still under the curse as long as you don't know who your God is. You're still subject to Deuteronomy. And you got to follow the laws, keep the 10 Commandments, the minimum, and honor his Sabbaths. You got to come back to the Most High and show your love for him. But we are still subject to be a sacrifice to all those curses. The same way the brother in Dallas was. They got shot in his apartment building by the Edomite cop. His middle name was Shem. You know, Shem is the forefather of our lineage. Noah had 3 sons, Japheth, Ham, and Shem. People could say coincidence and everything, and sound like some, you know, that's the thing too about conspiracy. They made the word conspiracy sound like the definition of conspiracy is to conspire, meaning to plot against. It don't mean nothing else. That's the alternative factor of world we live in right now, where they twist everything with common sense or true definition and put an alternative understanding of stupidity on it and make it seem like it's bad now. That all came in with the Trump, but it defines when he said he's going to send us into captivity under a foolish nation. They displaying that. This is their world. And it's falling apart just like he said, the Most High in his book. So with that said, I'm trying to keep it as simple. I'm trying to touch a chord with my people that have a hard time cleaving to this world and excuse everything of it like you one of the heathens, excusing all ignorance. And like he said, basically in the interview process, if you accepting this world for what you seeing, and despite it's all in your face, you basically chose your God. You basically chose your God. So he ain't gonna do no pleading for you. He did as much as he gonna do for us, period. Meaning he done showed us. You can't be that stupid. With that said, all praise due to the Most High, Ahaya, Bahashem, Yeshaya. That's his son, the Savior. And I'm gonna get down and check out this Feast of Dedications and what I gotta do to continue to follow being in the Royal Nation. Shalom.